Esta es la 103.5 FM. Con puros trancazos. Y estamos contigo todo el día. Y escúchanos en elbotón.com.
Welcome back to La Tricolor Podcast. I'm your host Gabo, and today we have a very special episode, a very special guest with us today, explaining to us how he escaped the pit and the pendulum. But before all that, a quick message from today's sponsors.
Hola, me llamo Doug. ¿Necesito un trailer? Yo tengo. Este es mi lote en Conroe, Texas. ¿Tú vives en Houston area? Llámame. Tengo tu casa aquí. Tengo muchas casas aquí. Yo financio. Dueño a dueño. Recuerda, no tiene taxes, no tiene crédito, no tiene papeles. Me vale madre. Ándale. Muy bien. Let's go.
Alrighty, so our special guest today here is my good friend Javon Garcia. Alright, Javon, how you doing, my man?
I'm doing pretty good. What about you, Gabo?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good, man. Thanks for asking. But like I said earlier, it's gonna be a really cool episode. You know, I'm gonna be asking you some really scary questions about what happened. You know?
Yep. All right. Cool.
Alrighty, cool. Well, let's get straight into it with the first question. Okay, Javon. So you were telling me that you saw these tall figures and that they ended up taking you somewhere. Where exactly did they take you?
No, yeah. The tall figures ended up taking me into a dark cell. Well, I didn't know where I ended up. I think I took it where it was a symbol of hell. I was really understanding. It wasn't really understanding where I was taken. I just walked into somewhere and it was just super dark and I couldn't really tell what was going on. You know, obviously you just woke up from somewhere where you know where you were and you end up somewhere where you're not. So obviously I ended up somewhere where, you know, I obviously didn't know where I was. I didn't know how I was feeling. I was in a shook place, but yeah, I was stuck into a dark cell, which that's how I ended it as.
Okay. So if I was put in that situation, my first thought would be to cry. What was going through your mind?
Yeah, in my situation, yeah, I can't even image myself crying as well. Yeah, I was really, really scared. But when I first woke up, I was just going through tons of emotions. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was feeling confused from where I ended up was. I was feeling scared of course, you know, frightened from what was going on. You know, I look up and you're in places that you don't even know where you're at. You're feeling things that I've never even felt in my life before. I was feeling hunger. I was just angry. I was scared. All these emotions collide together and you don't even know where you're going on. You have this adrenaline of what's going on. I'm scared. I can't even image. Just want to be home and let's go home back to my family. Of course, I can't be able to do that. So yeah, I was just going through tons of emotions of what was going on.
Okay, so what type of death did the judges even have in mind for you?
It was hard to tell what kind of death they wanted me to go through, but from judging what I was going through, I felt a lot of torture. I was going through different types of pains and I was just being absolutely messed with the whole time with the pendulum just being dropped on me. Every minute it was just dropping on me. So I was just feeling just different pains every single time that happened to me. And of course I was suffering. I think they wanted me to see me suffer and just tortured, see me die a slow death. That was the image of how I see them trying to kill me.
Okay, I know this might be a little hard for you, but do you mind describing the place you were being held captive for us?
Yeah, taking me back to that room. It was a dark place. It was something to me I never want to experience ever again. No one should be able to experience what I saw, what I went through in there. You know, I was in a room full of these weapons where obviously they're meant to kill. Without a doubt, they're meant to kill. Yeah. And then, you know, you just look around and you just see these weapons and you look up. You just see these scary images. I don't even know how to describe these monsters, these fiends in the walls. And you know, that's what frightened me the most. Looking up, you just see them down here, and you just look up and you see these monsters, these fiends. It was scary. There's no words to describe that place. You just stuck and there's a big pain in the middle. Obviously that place it's different than somewhere you want to be, you know? Yeah, it's something that you never want to do.
When the room you were in cameras lit up, you told us that you saw some really disturbing things on the wall. Oh, well, like everywhere in general. Do you mind telling us what you saw?
Yeah. Like I just mentioned, I just seen these monster things on the wall, these fiends, and it felt like they were just looking straight at me, straight into my soul. It felt almost like if they were making fun of me, just staring down at me. These images just were waiting for me to be killed by this giant thing, this pendulum. And that's kind of what I seen everywhere you turn around. It's like they never left. They were always looking at you. They were always there, always just looking at you. That's kind of why I imagine they're always looking at you, waiting for something to happen to you. Just wait.
All right. So, what did you use to lure the rats to you, and how did it make you feel?
That was what I think was my escape plan. My most genius idea was lowering these rats. What I used was I used this meat called left for me to eat, and I put it right on the rope, right on the rope, luring these rats in to bite it through. They could shoot right through the straps, and I wanted to be set free before the pendulum can slice through my chest, right? So I wanted to attract these rats, and that made me feel disgusted. You know, you had these nasty creatures that you don't want to keep in your house, whether less one on top of you or one on you. Like, you don't know what these things have, right? So that made me feel a really nasty feeling that I had. But obviously, this is got me free, so I cannot really say much. But yeah, it was a really nasty feeling. But to be able to be set free was something I gotta be grateful for, right?
Alright, so as the pendulum swinging down at you, where did it even come in contact with?
When the pendulum first made contact with me, I felt it right in my chest, stomach area, around there, right? You know, it hits me, and when it hit me with this pain that made me think twice. Like, okay, I think this is where my life comes to an end. This is when I start thinking, yeah, there's no hope whatsoever, and I knew that there was gonna be nothing left. It hits me in my chest, leaves me with no hope, with scares, just these emotions where I know I'm not gonna make it out. I know that I lost hope.
As you escaped the pendulum, what did you have to face next?
But when I once escaped the pendulum, I knew that was no. That was just step one of what was to come. You know, I had to face the man next. I didn't get to catch his name. I didn't know who he was. I had to face him next, right? And he's obviously in there for a reason. He's skilled. He's done this before. He has all these weapons in here. He's manually for a reason. I knew he had plenty of schemes up in his sleeve. I was going to face someone that was skilled at what he was doing to me. So it was probably I knew it was gonna be a challenge. I didn't know what I was going up against, right, at the moment. But it's obviously common sense, right? It's a man that's doing torturing. He's gonna want to do torturing back. He's gonna want to finish off what he started, right?
Okay, so finally, as you were escaping your torture, did you ever think that someone would ever come rescue you? If so, who? And who ended up rescuing you?
When I finally escaped the torture, I ain't thinking it was gonna be this one. I thought it was gonna be a one-man job, but it was gonna be me against the world next. I was my only hope. I was all I had. So I didn't think nobody was gonna come for me. I didn't think no one cared about me. I didn't even think of anything but myself. I was being selfish at the moment. I was like, I'm not gonna be rescued, so it's a me fight. It's me. It's just me and myself. And when I see the whole army rushing in, it hit me that I was rescued. That I was rescued by the French army. Thankfully, gracefully, emotionally. That's what I was brought up to now. In the spot where I was just being rescued by the French army and the people. Yeah, bro. Thank you.
Alrighty, well, looks like that's been our time on La Tricolor podcast. Thank you everyone so much for listening, and hey, thank you Javon for being here.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me. I had a blast.
All right, boss. Till next time.